Welcome, guys. Guess what time it is? It's lunchtime. Today for my lunch, I am making baked lentil falafels with a lentil flatbread and an avocado chili yogurt spread. Come along with me and I'll show you how to do it. I have a lot of ingredients here, but don't be overwhelmed. I have 3 different things that I'm going to be putting together today. So I've already soaked my lentils and my split peas. I did a cup of each and submerged them in water. I'm going to drain off the water and add more, just enough to cover my lentils up. And I'm going to blend them in the blender with a little bit of salt, not much. And I'm going to separate my batter into 2 different batters. I'm going to pour out my batter that I'm going to make my flatbreads with, and then I'm going to build my falafel in my reserved batter. All right, and with my falafel that I'm building, I have carrots, celery, garlic, cilantro. I have a little bit of lemon. So I'm going to also use my lime. I have my spices that I'm going to use in my falafel today. I'm going to add some curry, some smoked paprika, some cumin, some coriander, some cayenne pepper, salt and pepper. I have my sesame seeds and sesame oil that I want to also use. And I'm using my cracked wheat that I'm going to add to it to kind of thicken it up. And I'm going to cook my falafel, my lentil falafels, in my little muffin tin. And for my sauce that I'm making, my spread, I'm using some of my chili sauce that I made, my unflavored plain Greek yogurt, and an avocado. And I'm going to mix that all together and make my spread for my dish. And then I just have some kale that's going to go on top of my falafel sandwich that I'm making today. All right, guys, I'll be back. I'm going to drain my beans and get this party started. They're all nice and thickened up from soaking. I'm going to drain them off and recover them with water. Okay, I have rinsed my lentils and refilled with water, and I've just barely covered my lentils with my water. And I'm going to just add in for my seasoning just a little bit of salt, and that's it. I'm going to put my lid on, blend it well, and then I'm going to separate my batter. Okay, I've blended my batter, my lentils and my split peas, and now I'm going to separate my mix. I'm going to split it in half. I'm going to put in here in this other little mini blender mixture for my flatbreads, and then I'm going to build my falafels with the remaining mix. I'm just going to blend a little bit more my batter for my flatbreads in my little mini blender, my lentil flatbreads. Just going to blend it just a little bit more, and then I have my little pour spout on my lid, and I can pour it into my hot pan. All right, that should be good. And guys, listen, I can't stress this enough. If you're looking for a specific recipe, I am not that person. I don't follow recipes. I just find ingredients that I have, think of something healthy and delicious and nutritious that I want to make, and I just go with it. Have fun in the kitchen and just do it. Don't be afraid to take chances. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get my falafel mix started. I have my remaining batter for my lentils and my split peas. I'm going to add a handful of my cilantro that I have left here, remaining everything, stem, and all. I'm just going to remove the tag out of here and drop it in. Okay, I've added my cilantro. I have a giant clove of garlic here that's probably about the same amount as 4 cloves of garlic. I've added in 1 small carrot and 1 small celery stalk. Added in about a couple of tablespoons of onion. I've squeezed 1 lime and 1/4 of a lemon that I had left. Now I'm going to start adding my spices. Okay, I've added a good amount of my curry, my smoked paprika, my cumin, my coriander, my cayenne pepper, some of my salt and pepper. I'm going to add a couple of scoops of my cracked wheat. Again, guys, if you're looking for a traditional recipe of this, you are at the wrong place. I like to make recipes using the ingredients that I have, healthy and delicious and nutritious. I've added three scoops of my cracked wheat, and I'm going to add a generous amount of my sesame seeds and some sesame oil. And get this bad boy blending. About a tablespoon sesame oil. And put my lid on and start blending. Oh my goodness, guys, this smells so good already. And there it is. My mix is completely ready to put in my little tins. My little mini muffin tin. I'm going to spray it with some avocado oil and get this in the oven. I have my oven preheated at 375 and I'm going to cook it until it's golden brown, maybe 15-20 minutes, we'll see. And I'll start my wraps. I'll be back. Okay, muffin tin is filled, heaping mounds, going in the oven at 375 and baking for about 15-20 minutes. We'll see what happens. When they're fragrant, golden brown, that's when I'm going to pull them out. And I have plenty of batter left to make a whole nother tray of it. Look at all that goodness. All right, I'm going to be back making my flatbread. Okay, I'm ready to get this party started for my flatbread. My lentil split pea flatbread. I have just turned on my burners to my stove on medium. I'm going to spray avocado oil and just wipe it a little bit. All right, and get my batter, give it a minute to heat up, and then I'll pour it on. All right, it's good and warm. I'm going to just put my batter on my pan and start making my flatbreads. You can make them as big or as little as you want. It's up to you guys. Remember, be creative in the kitchen. Don't be afraid to make things, make different recipes. Healthy, nutritious recipes. Take chances. Have a good time. All right, I'm going to just leave that cooking there for just a minute. And again, these aren't very big. It's about as big as the palm of my hand. You can make them as big or as little as you want. I'm going to just make up several of these. And these can go in the freezer. You can keep them in the refrigerator. Whatever you want to do with them, guys. You can just serve them up as your meal. I'm going to end up making all of these today, but then I'm going to incorporate it into other dishes through my week. I'll be back. My little flatbreads are just about done. I'm going to take them off of here and put them on my little taco holder. I'm just going to prop over top of that and kind of get their form, because they're going to hold my little falafels to make my little sandwiches today. There they are, They're gonna sit there, cool down, while my falafels finish in the oven. There they are, my little lentil split pea flatbreads. I'm going to make little flatbread falafel sandwiches for my lunch today. They're gonna sit there and cool down and take that form that I have it over my little taco holder. I'm gonna pack it full of goodness when my falafel's done. All right, come with me while I make my sauce. Okay, I've added a whole avocado to my little blender. I'm going to put in a heaping spoonful of my chili sauce that I just made in one of my videos. I'm gonna add a heaping spoonful to my little blender. And I'm going to add 2 spoons of my plain Greek yogurt. One and 2. And that's it. I'm not adding any seasoning or spice because my chili sauce has plenty of season in that and my falafels. So I'm just going to mix this up. All right, there's my avocado chili yogurt spread that I'm going to put on my falafel flatbread sandwiches for lunch today. Super simple, guys. Remember, if you're looking for a certain recipe, I am not that person. I just love to use the ingredients that I have, make something super healthy and nutritious and delicious. Eating healthy does not have to be boring. All right, I'm gonna check on my falafel, see what's going on. It's been about 15 minutes in the oven at 375. Let's see. All right, they got about 10 minutes left, maybe. I'll be back. All right, guys, guess what? My falafel is just about finished, and I'm gonna start building my dish so that they can go on top when I pull them out of the oven. I'm going to start my little lentil split pea flatbreads with a little bit of my sauce. I'm gonna smear it all inside there. All right. And then I'm going to put my kale on the bottom. I guess these are kind of like little mini tacos, flatbread tacos. Shredded kale. And you don't have to use this. It's good for you. And it adds a little extra different texture, and it's delicious and nutritious. And I'm also going to top my dish with some feta cheese once I get my falafels out of the oven. Let's see, I think it's that time. Let's get these out of the oven and plate my dish. It smells so good, guys. Yum. Smells so good in here. I wish you could smell it. Putting a little bit more of my spread on top of my falafel. And I'm going to top it with some feta cheese. Remember, guys, try new things. Don't be afraid to take chances. Remember to subscribe, like, and share my videos. And I will see you next time for another healthy dish. Bye. Yum.